Alright, so what we'll do is, we'll quickly do a round of introductions because you're coming for the first time. So there is a template we have for introductions, that's the template. Ignore that the occupation profession is mentioned twice, just ignore that part. Okay? So your name, your occupation or profession, and how many years you have lived in Melbourne, and single sentence on what you expect from this seminar. Okay? So we start with the gentleman there. Yourself, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
My name is Sumanta Ghosh. I am in IT profession. How many years? I moved in 2013, which means
9 years.
about 9 years here. Single sentence. Well, I always like to visit these kind of sessions. I have tried to visit the ones that happens in Hare Krishna temple on Sunday mornings, Bhagavad-Gita sessions. The thing is, now we have moved to west. Previously we were staying in the eastern suburbs in Caulfield North, so which made it much easier to go there.
Okay.
But this is a good opportunity to have a similar kind of session and enjoy the evening actually. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sumanto.
Sumanta Ghosh. Sumanta Ghosh.
Welcome. Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Vishal and my occupation is sales marketing. I work with Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Same
Okay.
job.
With Chirag Prabhu.
Chirag Prabhu.
Okay.
And I've been living here from last 17-18 years.
Okay.
Came in back in 2004.
Okay.
And my, what I expect from this seminar, I feel very peace. I feel peace and I feel very calm. I like it.
Very
That's
nice. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome. Yes.
Hare Krishna, I'm Vishal's wife. So I've been here since from past 5 years. I'm working in freight forwarding firm,
Mhm.
and I expect some deep knowledge about Bhagavad-Gita over here. So I love to read about Bhagavad-Gita, like recently I've started. So it gives me peace of mind. If I have any confusion, if I'm going through any troubles, I just read over Bhagavad-Gita and it will give me a peace of mind.
Nice. Very good. That's one thing we can assure you. Your foundation of Bhagavad Gita will be very strong at the end of this program. It's a promise. Okay? Hare Krishna. Welcome. Yes.
Hare Krishna, my name is Mistry, and I'm into sales and marketing. I do work with the
कोई ऑफिस में कौन है सब यहाँ बैठे हैं अच्छा ठीक है
lived in the country for 19 years.
Okay.
And I think I'm seeing all these people and the way they look at life and all that, and I would recommend it to sit down and understand Bhagavad Gita. So here's my first time to see what I experienced. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Welcome.
Hare Krishna everyone. My name is Yuvraj Verma. By
Hare Krishna.
profession I'm an accountant and I've lived in Melbourne from nearly 6 years.
Mhm.
So I'm just here to actually seek the truth. To be honest, I just want to find out, is there any more to life rather than what we are doing in our everyday, day-to-day lives? Should we missing something? Should we do more? So that's why I'm here to find that out.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I am so amazed at what you said just now. Is there more to life than? And we are going to talk exactly about that today. Okay? Thank you very much. Welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
I'm Kaustubh.
Kaustubh.
I'm a project manager
Where do you work? In which company?
in Landell Science. So it's
Okay.
in construction science.
Okay. Okay.
So it's been a year. I moved from Brisbane to Melbourne
When was that? 1 year back.
1 year back.
Okay.
And I like these kind of places and meeting like-minded people.
Okay. How did you come to know about this program?
Nishikant Thorat
Oh, Nishikant Thorat. Okay. Very good friend of mine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
told me. So that's why I came for the first time. So
Welcome.
thank you.
So you speak Marathi or mother tongue? So where are you from in?
Nasik.
Nasik. Kyo? Okay. Good. I am from Mumbai.
Oh.
So okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Who else is new? First timers. First time to the program. Did you get the, yeah, Haribol, Haribol, 1 minute, the gentleman behind.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
My name is Sachin Patel I'm registered building practitioner and I run my own company, Patel Building Group in Suganina.
Okay.
And I have attended your lecture in ISKCON, Albert Park since 2004.
Oh,
I'm not new, but
Okay.
since 2019, I haven't been there in ISKCON temple.
Okay.
So the purpose.
That's not because of my lecture, no? That you didn't come back? Okay.
I have attended this
Okay.
majority Prabhu's lectures, including you, So,
Yeah.
and it will take definitely where I am in spirituality, it will take further and give more clarity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sachinji. Welcome. Mike, I think has to come this side now.
Hello, I'm Madhulika.
Madhulika.
Madhulika, yes.
Okay.
I have been in Melbourne for 6 years now. I like to believe I'm still fresh off the boat.
Fob, they say. No?
I'm an IT professional. I work with Uber.
What do you do? What do you do in IT? Project management.
Yes.
Okay. Scrum master, is that? Can we call you that? Delivery lead, program manager.
Not really. I'm more like a product owner.
Product owner. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
I wish I had something as meaningful to say what I expect out of this session like everyone else.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have that answer. I'm a vivid reader. I read a lot. So I think I'm in that phase of my life where I'm reading a lot of Ikigai, how to think like a monk. I have unsuccessfully tried to read Gita 4 times in my life. English translation, Hindi translation, I don't know what all. I did not understand a word. So for me, it's more about trying to understand what's written in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is the first session of this kind for my life. Like I've never been to any such gathering ever before.
Okay.
So thanks to this lady, she dragged me along. But yes.
Thank you very much for dragging her along to the right place, towards Krishna. Thank you. And again, I reiterate my promise that if you keep continuing coming for this program, there will be nothing you will not know about Bhagavad-Gita. This is a promise. Okay? Okay. Welcome.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
My name is Aradhana. I've been in Melbourne 33 years.
30?
3.
33 years. Okay.
I'm a Reiki master and a health coach.
Okay.
So, to complement it even further. So I'm quite spiritual. I just want to teach Bhagavad-Gita the right way to other people. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
wanted to see how it's done.
Okay. Where were you living before you came to Australia?
I was born in New Delhi, but I've been pretty much grown up in Australia.
Okay. Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My name is Isha Rathore. I'm not new really. I used to be in Ojasvi Prabhuji's class, but this is my first class with you.
Okay.
I've lived in Melbourne for 12 years and I work in community planning and development team in the Wyndham City Council. What to expect? I would like to be initiated at some point.
Okay.
And I want to just go closer to Krishna.
Okay.
So that's my...
Okay. Since you have attended Ojasi Prabhu's program, so there will be quite a lot of revision for you here. So as long as you can tolerate that, that will be good. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome.
Hare Krishna. My name is Pooja.
I know you.
I live in Melbourne. For the past 5 years I've been here. I'm an IT professional, supply chain expert, and working for Toll. And
Your
the purpose
profession,
of
yeah.
being here is, I think, getting to know my culture, my own, the epics that we have, our own heritage that we have, getting to know more in depth and being able to cascade it down to my generations.
Very nice. Thank you, Pooja.
And I'm accompanied by my mother here who's visiting me at the moment. Who's
Namaste.
also a scientist.
Welcome. Scientist?
Yes,
Arey baapre.
she's been into a lot of research and
Okay.
in her
Would mother like to speak? आप या बैठिए बैठिए प्लीज यू सिट डाउन नो नीड टू गेट
मुझे अफसोस है शायद मुझे मातृभाषा में बोलने का आई कैन स्पीक इन इंग्लिश बट
व्हाटएवर आप जो भी हिंदी भी ठीक है लेकिन मेरा हिंदी इतना शुद्ध नहीं है बम्बई हिंदी है चल जाएगा ठीक है
सिंपल
ठीक है
मैं तो यहाँ पे गेस्ट की तरह आई हूँ
हाँ
सो आई कांट से कि इतना लॉन्ग स्टे है ये मेरा 1-2 महीने का स्टे बट मैंने सोचा जो भी वक्त मिला है कि उसको अच्छे में ही व्यतीत करें तो आज जैसे ही मैसेज मिला आई केम अलॉन्ग विद पूजा आई मस्ट गो मैं तो वहीं से बिलोंग करती हूँ आई एम फ्रॉम आगरा मथुरा
अरे बाप रे
इसलिए मेरे लिए तो आई एम एट द पिक ऑफ द Hare Krishna Hare Rama so
वेरी नाइस
and regular visit of ISKCON and all other temples Mathura and Agra they are like that so thank you so much for
यस
giving me this
थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे एंड आपने एक बहुत अच्छा बात बोला विच एक्चुअली रेजोनेटेड विद मी आपने शायद पता नहीं आपने इतना सोच के बोला या नहीं लेकिन मैंने पकड़ लिया वो आपने क्या बोला शुरुआत में
मातृभाषा
नहीं उसके बाद कुछ तो हाँ नहीं शी सेड समथिंग वेरी प्रोफाउंड मैं यहाँ पे गेस्ट हूँ राइट दैट इज़ व्हाट वी ऑल आर इन दिस वर्ल्ड हम सब इस दुनिया में गेस्ट हैं ओके हम जानते नहीं हैं हम गेस्ट हैं वी ट्राई टू मेक अ वेरी परमानेंट ड्वेलिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड बट वी आर ऑल गेस्ट्स तो आपने जो बोला और मथुरा से आप आ रहे हो और आप बोल रहे हो मतलब पता नहीं आपने क्यों ऐसा बोला बट वो मैंने ऐसे लिया उसको हम सब गेस्ट है यहाँ पे वेरी नाइस थैंक यू सो मच Did we miss anyone who has come for the first time? Yes, Prabhuji. I have seen you. We have met.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
My name is Sandeep Goyal, and by profession I work in project finance, and I've been in Melbourne for the last 22 years, and I've attended a lot of your classes.
Where have we met before this?
House program. You've
Acha?
been to our house as well.
I've been to your house.
Yes.
Which? Where? Here nearby?
Yaraville.
Yaraville में? अच्छा.
I live in Yaraville before.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm Rekha Mataji's husband.
Oh, पहले वो बोल देता तो मैं पूछता ही नहीं था आगे. Last week we met. Did we speak last week? No, नहीं last week नहीं मिला मैं आपसे. I met somebody else last week. I met.
You must have met my son, Aaron.
Huh? Aaron I met. Aaron was he helped me. No? He helped explain to everyone that we are not the body. All right. Thank you. Welcome. So happy to have you here. ठीक है? We'll begin. Sorry. Did we miss anyone? Anyone for the first time? Amit ji is not coming for the first time.
My name is Kyali Ghosh.
Okay.
It's been 9 years.
Okay.
Now, today the reason I came, I want to know what is the thing happening here. I never came in such a place. So just wanted to know like what happening. That's it.
आपके देश में क्या हो रहा है आपको ही सुनाएंगे हम. Calcutta is a very holy land, right? So India's some of the topmost spiritual leaders have come from Calcutta, right? So आपके घर के आंगन में जो हो रहा है हम ही बताएंगे अब. But you may be knowing quite a bit of things, I would guess, since you are from that holy place. So yeah, thank you very much. So your surname is also Ghosh, correct?
Yeah, we are two.
Ash's wife. Okay. ये पहला बोलना चाहिए था ना. Okay. Thank you. Welcome. So PIYAL Piyali.
Piyali.
Okay. Thank you.
I know
Welcome.
in Hindi it's me. Something else.
I don't know what it means in Hindi. अच्छा मुझे नहीं पता. But then you will struggle to sit behind that wall and then kind of do that. So you are comfortable. यहाँ पे बहुत जगह है PLE जी आपके लिए. If you want, you can sit on that sofa.
That's okay because kids are there, so I'm coming and going. That's why.
अच्छा ठीक है. Okay. Mataji, you can also come in front. All of you can come in front because otherwise I'll have to do like this and then I may collapse. Okay. All right. So we'll settle down. We'll start. Anyone else? Did we miss anyone? Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
My name is Rasmita Patel.
Rashmita Patel ji.
Yes, and I'm running family daycare. And
You're running what?
Family daycare.
Family daycare. Okay.
And Janna Mataji invited me. And I used to go to ISKCON temple.
Mhm.
This is the first first time I'm
Thank you. Welcome. All right, शुरू करें? Okay. So, those who are sitting behind, you remember I said जो पीछे बैठेंगे उनका question पूछूंगा मैं about last class. Okay, so if you still have an option to come ahead, I will not ask you questions. No, I was joking. Okay. All right. So this is the aim of our seminar. For those of you, very quick recap. We'll not go into all the details, okay? Because we have done a lot of details in the last 2 sessions. But trust me, you can catch up as long as you come continuously. Okay. Come, Hare Krishna. So the aim of the seminar, okay? This is what we started off 2 classes before. Okay. This was our first ever class, which we call a 0th class, because we didn't discuss Bhagavad-Gita. We just discussed the aim of the seminar, right? So the aim of the seminar is to systematically. Hare Krishna. The aim of this seminar is to systematically introduce to participants, in essence, the science of the Bhagavad-Gita and its practical application in today's context in making our lives truly happy. This is a big, long-winded sentence. So, in brief, first of all, we are going to take a very systematic approach. That's why that is yellow, bold, underline. Okay? So, हम लोग एकदम systematic concept, Bhagavad-Gita concept समझने के लिए बहुत वक्त लगता है. It takes time to understand Bhagavad-Gita, and it's the most relevant thing in our life. It's like, for example, I was saying that if you buy an equipment, you have a manual along with that, no? Suppose, I said in the first class also, suppose you buy that, what do you call that as? वो music बजता है ना? वो टीवी के नीचे रखते हैं ना ऐसा लंबा वाला, क्या बोलते हैं?
Sound bar.
Sound bar. वो साउंड बार को लेके, suppose I give it to my grandmother and she says, अच्छा है, कपड़ा धोने के लिए बहुत मजा आएगा. Tap, tap. Suppose she does that with the sound bar, obviously you know what's going to happen. Now that sound bar is not meant for washing clothes, right? उसके लिए दूसरा लकड़ी है, बड़ा वाला, right? But anything which is cylindrical, you just start using that to wash clothes, it doesn't make any sense. So the sound bar is purchased with a particular objective. That sound bar, some child needs attention somewhere. Okay, so can you ensure? Zarna Mataji? Yeah. So that we have थोड़ा किसी को तो attention चाहिए बच्चे को. Oh, अच्छा ठीक, thank you. So the sound bar is designed for a particular purpose, right? So the sound bar also comes with a manual. What does the manual say? This sound bar is meant to give you beautiful music, blah 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 blah. Plus it will tell you, please do not immerse this sound bar in water, right? It is not waterproof. Okay, please do not kick the sound bar if it doesn't work, right? So it will tell you do's and don'ts. Okay. Every 5 days, please wipe the sound bar so that dust particles don't enter and clog the speaker output or whatever, right? So with every equipment comes a manual which explains to you what that equipment is about and how you need to use that equipment so that you get the outcome from that equipment, right? Similarly, this human body is a machine that we have. And Bhagavad-Gita is that manual. जिसमें Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna कि भाई जिंदगी का मकसद क्या है? What is the goal of life? What is the purpose of life? Right? How we should live life. And also how we should not live life. If you live life in this way, this is what you will get. If you live life in this way, these are the repercussions. Okay? That is what Bhagavad-Gita is all about. Right? So, to understand what Lord Krishna spoke to Arjuna in the Bhagavad-Gita, it is not as easy as just reading a book and, reading a shloka. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tathan deha praptir dhira satranam huyati. ऐसा बोल के अगर मैं चला गया यहाँ से, बोलेगा कुछ तो बोल रहा था, लेकिन कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. Correct? बोल के चला गया कुछ संस्कृत. Impressing people with some Sanskrit and then walking out the door. You will ask me, what am I supposed to do here? मुझे तो जाना है Monday, no, office. Correct? That is what you will say. I have my own problems in life. My children are not listening to me. Right? Right? My parents की याद आती है इंडिया में. Right? Job में politics है. Right? So you will have your own set of problems. Okay? So what we are going to do is we are going to take a systematic approach so that we are not building something which will collapse later on. So foundation by foundation by foundation will build your knowledge, right? And this is not about knowledge. ये ऐसे नहीं है बस मजा आ गया प्रवचन सुन के बहुत आनंद आया, ऐसा बोल के सब लोग घर चले जाएंगे। बाद में फ़ोन करेंगे, हाँ आएंगे ना, अभी चौकस अभी 2 महीने के बाद आते हैं, अभी थोड़ा बिजी है, अभी बाद में क्या देखेंगे, वो वाला नहीं है ये प्रोग्राम। इफ़ यू मिस समथिंग यू आर गोइंग टू मिस अ फाउंडेशन, राइट? So every foundation is important directly for your life. And how is it going to impact Bhagavad-Gita? It will impact how you take decisions in your life. And where do we take decisions in life? Every moment we take decisions in our life, including the decision to come for this program you have taken. Right? Your mind would have told you, थोड़ा बहुत तो बोला होगा ना मन ने, नहीं जाते हैं यार, next week से जाते हैं ना करके. Then something has happened and then you all came. Because whenever you say satsang, people always think, बाद में जाएंगे ना. Right? But that is the most important thing why we have been born, to understand the truths about life. Right? So we will go very systematically. Right? We will not talk esoteric Sanskrit verses. I will give you a smattering of Sanskrit verses to the extent that it is necessary for your understanding. Otherwise, no, we will not kill you with Sanskrit. Right? Okay. So it is a systematic program. We are going to talk the essence of Bhagavad-Gita. Bhagavad-Gita contains how many verses? No one knows. How many chapters? नहीं पता है. ये किसका specialization है? That people don't know how many chapters are in the Bhagavad. Which religious people do not know how many chapters are there in Bhagavad-Gita? Which religion is that? Hinduism. हमको ही पता नहीं है हमारा Bhagavad-Gita. Only we will say राम राज्य करो, ये करो, वो करो, हिंदुत्व गर्व से कहो हम हिंदू हैं and all that. But we have never bothered to open our own scripture. Why? Because we are learning Java in 21 days, SAP in 91 days, this certification, that certification, यही पूरा जिंदगी निकल जाता है certification करने में, right? And those certifications don't tell you the purpose of life. Neither those certifications are going to give you all eternal happiness. ठीक है, थोड़ा पैसा मिल जाएगा, you will buy one property यार, और क्या होगा उसमें? After that you will get bored of that property after some time, and then you will wonder अभी क्या करूँ मैं, right? So this is what is life about. So we are going to give you not, but Bhagavad Gita has got 700 verses for information, 18 chapters. But we are not going to go verse 1, verse 2. नहीं तो what will happen, सबके पोते पोतियाँ आ जाएंगे, right? तब तक चलता रहेगा class, right? We are going to give you the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. पूरा condensed में आपको सब concept मिल जाएगा, ठीक है? Obviously, the science of the Bhagavad Gita, okay? We are not going to tell, कल से सब लोग अच्छे हो जाओ, मॉर्निंग में एक बनाना लेके अगरबत्ती लगा के दिया जलाना, घर में सब सुख शांति का वातावरण हो जाएगा. We are not going to tell all that nonsense to you, okay? कुछ sentimental stuff नहीं है इधर, ये सब logical है. All of you are educated, we will talk sense, ठीक है? Everything will be logic. कुछ बकवास नहीं होगा. This is also guarantee, right? Everything will be from the scripture because Bhagwan has spoken. Who is the most logical person than Krishna? भगवान से ऊपर कोई logic हो सकता है? नहीं ना? So he has given very logically. Please understand, Bhagavad Gita was not spoken. He didn't call Arjun, चलो यार Sun Sand होटल में मिलते हैं, बैठ के बात करते हैं. नो, ए भाई थोड़ा कॉफी लेके ना, डबल. ऐसा बात हुआ क्या भगवद गीता? देयर वॉज अ बैटल फील्ड, मरने का नौबत था उधर सबका, करेक्ट? इन द बैटल फील्ड इट वॉज स्पोकन. इन द बैटल फील्ड यू डोंट हैव टाइम टू ये भी टाइम नहीं रहता है. कैन एवरीवन इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ इन द बैटल फील्ड? ऐसा होता है क्या? फिर भी हुआ थोड़ा बहुत, बाद में बाण मारने का टाइम आया. सो टाइम नहीं है इधर, राइट? सो वी डोंट हैव टाइम. ऑल ऑफ यू हैव बिजी लाइव्स, राइट? सो वी विल टॉक साइंटिफिक, वी विल टॉक फ्रॉम द भगवद गीता. नाउ व्हेन आई से भगवद गीता, we will also refer to other scriptures as required, because Vedas means knowledge. Vedas is the reservoir of knowledge. Khan बोलते हैं हिंदी में. You know what's Khan? Khan means reservoir, go down of knowledge. So Vedas has been split into, how many Vedas are there? Anyone knows? 4. Everyone knows this, right? कौन सा है? First class. ये सबको पता है, right? Now what we don't know is, this is not the only thing in Vedas. Vedas, the summum bonum of the Vedas has also what is called as Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra means what? The summary of the Vedas. Okay? किसी को फटाक से एक्सप्लेन करना है तो क्या है? वेदांत सूत्र, समरी. वो वेदांत सूत्र ही इतना बड़ा है, एक जीवन निकल जाएगा. तो वो भी अपने से पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि मंडे को ऑफिस जाना है, करेक्ट? So that also is not possible for us, right? उस वेदांत सूत्र का समरी इज श्रीमद् भागवतम, which has got only 18,000 verses. हो जाएगा? टाइम नहीं है, राइट? वो भी नहीं होगा, राइट? तो इसीलिए हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? What we will do is we will allude to the Srimad Bhagavatam, the other, in fact there are other 18 Puranas which are there, and there are 108 Upanishads on top of that. Okay, so what we will do is Bhagavad Gita के साथ जहाँ जहाँ essence निकालना है for our practical life, we will pull from each of these scriptures. ठीक है? That is what we will do. Okay, in this class. So you will get an essence. Now you will get whatever we speak, 100% guarantee. वादा. You will be able to practically apply in your life. ऐसा नहीं कुछ बोल के चला गया. We will. That's why I assured everyone. We will not say that सब कुछ छोड़ के हिमालय में चले जाएं. No, we will not tell all that. Okay, go to the forest. Give up everything in your life. क्या संसार है, सब छोड़ देना, सब मोह माया है. We are not going to speak any of that language, right? We will tell something which is practical, and it will be so practical that you will be able to be more effective in your office also because of this. Okay, you will be more effective in your day-to-day relationship. Your relationship with your children will become better, right? ये सब benefits है, बहुत practical होगा ये. Practical application in today's context in making our lives truly happy. अब ये truly happy क्या है वो हम लोग ने last class में देखा, which you all have missed, but I'll recap quickly for you. Hare Krishna. Everyone clear on this? Okay. Now what we also discussed is these are the typical questions that have intrigued mankind. हमारे इतना like for the last 20 years that we have been doing programs like this in various suburbs in different countries. These are the common questions which people have. Okay, I'm not going to read everything, but you can see it for yourself. Why has this world been created and what is the real goal of my existence? Somebody asked that question today also, right? What is the real religion and is it relevant? Religion divides human beings, right? It is felt like that, na? I can't be friends because somebody is Muslim. ऐसा कोई तो बोलता है. Now is that a fact? Right? My best friend was Muslim. I don't have any problems. He still is my best friend, right? Is religion supposed to divide people or unite people? So we will talk about that. Obviously it is to unite people. उसमें suspense है, but how? We will talk about that. That is what Lord Krishna is speaking. Why is there so much struggle and suffering in the world? Why do bad things happen to good people and why do good things happen to bad people? Right? Then, does God exist? Where does He live? कहाँ रहते हैं वो? What happens after death? Is there an afterlife? Why is there so much suffering in this world? Is God on annual leave working from home? We discussed all those points, right? What is the permanent solution to the problems of life? We want permanent solution, temporary solution नहीं, no temporary fix, right? Is there any life outside Earth? या Earth के बाहर कुछ है भी क्या? Scientists are still trying to grapple with what is outside of this domain, right? So these are all questions. Who is God? How do I get to know Him? अगर भगवान है तो मैं क्या करूँ? How do I get to know Him? What is His mobile number? Right? Who should I worship? 16,000, 33 करोड़ देवी देवता हैं. किसको? साई बाबा ऑन मंडे, राघवेंद्र स्वामी ऑन थर्सडे, दुर्गा देवी, संतोषी माँ. क्या करूँ? शिव जी, हनुमान, गणेश जी, किसको करूँ? Right? So all those will be. So we are eternally confused, all of us. बहुत confusion है, and we adopt a foreign exchange hedging policy. So that एक करेंसी में नहीं डालेंगे, सब पे डालेंगे ना. गणपति को भी बोल के रखा है, बहुत उधर भी अपना सेटिंग हो गया ले उधर. इधर भी थोड़ा करते हैं. यमराज तू भी जरा उधर ठंडा हो जा. So we try to take this approach like foreign exchange currency hedging. We do this with the celestial personalities. So here we will become clear. What is the meaning of yoga? We have Mataji who has done Reiki expert, right? So Reiki expert has got something to do with yoga. It has got something to do with divinity. It is not a mundane science. There is something divine in that, right? There is something which is above what a scientist can explain, right? So we will talk about yoga, different types, karma yoga, jnana yoga, kriya yoga, kundalini yoga, so many yoga is there. And then there is Bikram hot yoga in South Melbourne. वो भी है, उसको भी योगा बोलते हैं, correct? So we will talk about that. And which one can I follow practically? Because मुझे मंडे को ऑफिस जाना है. मैं क्या करूँ? Right? Okay. So everyone okay with this? Okay. Of course, there are certain questions which we discussed. Is God light or is God a human being? That also people have doubt. Right? वो भी clear हो जाएगा. All right. Last class we talked about this, the pursuit of human existence. What is it fundamentally that we are seeing? भगवद गीता को छोड़ो यार 2 मिनट के लिए. Keep भगवद गीता aside. Let us ask a fundamental question. हम क्या ढूंढ रहे हैं? Right? What is it that all of us are fundamentally seeking? Okay. And then what we did in that relationship, we talked about, we concluded, everyone in the class agreed that what we are seeking is happiness. Simple. हम खुश रहना चाहते हैं. Everyone is seeking happiness. Nobody is going to go to the temple and pray, hey भगवान, बहुत मजा आ रहा है लाइफ में, लेकिन क्या है, वैरायटी इज द स्पाइस ऑफ लाइफ. कुछ ऐसा करना कि जिंदगी का मजा ही चला जाए. You know, will anyone go and pray like this in the temple? Can some misery also come, my dear Lord? ऐसा कोई प्रे करता है? एक लेडी ने प्रे किया था ऐसा. Yeah, one lady prayed like this. You know who was she? Queen Kunti. Kunti prayed. She said, Vipada Shantu Tar Shashvat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. She said that, oh my Lord, let these calamities come again and again in my life, because only when calamities come do I think of you. When my job is going very well, my career is going well, everything is very nice in my life, I don't have time for you, my dear Lord. तो एक कुछ ऐसा डंडा मारना मेरे लाइफ में कि मैं अपना, what is that, मेरा अपना ब्यूटीफुल सा वो क्या है, what is that called as, 4-bedroom kitchen with 2 bathrooms and 1 garage and 3 car parks के बाहर भी मैं कुछ सोच सकूं मेरे लाइफ में. ऐसा डंडा मारियो मुझे. ऐसा कुंती मारे ने प्रे किया. हम ऐसा नहीं बोल रहे हैं, हम ऐसा नहीं प्रे करेंगे. ठीक है. वी विल प्रे दैट भगवान 4 bedroom 8 bedroom हो जाए, 3 क्या 6 कार पार्क हो जाए, लेकिन आपकी भक्ति भी लगे. सो दैट वी नो एट द एंड ऑफ डेथ, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे कार पार्क तो आने वाला नहीं है अपने साथ, कार भी नहीं आएगा. करेक्ट. कुछ नहीं आएगा. करेक्ट. जो है वो भी, जो है क्या है लास्ट में क्या है, व्हाट डू वी हैव, दिस ड्रेस, वो भी निकाल देंगे. बाद में मटके में डाल के बहा देंगे. बस हो गया. 3 दिन रोएंगे सब लोग. बस खत्म. अच्छे आदमी थे फोटो में. उसके बाद क्या होता है, वी डिस्कस लास्ट टाइम ना, आफ्टर सम टाइम ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन विल कम, से हु इज दिस ब्लोक, इट्स माय फादर, योर फादर, ओके बट डैड आई थॉट आई विल पुट द लेटेस्ट हीरो जो भी है, कैन वी रिमूव इट एंड कीप इट इनसाइड योर रूम समवेयर, आई वांट टू पुट माय सुपरमैन हियर, राइट. तो गया वो रूम और उधर से क्या होगा, काउंसिल आके लेके जाएगा डस्टबिन में से अपना फोटो, राइट. दिस इज द रियलिटी ऑफ लाइफ, राइट. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव योर ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर्स फोटो? आई डोंट थिंक एनीवन हैज. करेक्ट. मैक्सिमम ग्रैंडफादर तक जाएगा, राइट. अपना भी वही हाल होगा, कुछ नया नहीं होने वाला है. ओके. सो ऑल ऑफ अस आर लुकिंग फॉर इटर्नल हैप्पीनेस. वी आस्क्ड ऑल्सो, इफ आई गिव यू अ कार, मर्सिडीज बेंज कार, आपको मैं बोला प्रभु जी मर्सिडीज बेंज दे रहा हूँ प्रभु, कौन सा पुराना वाला, नहीं नया अभी 2022 अभी वाला मॉडल, बिल्कुल मुफ्त गिफ्ट दे रहा हूँ. एक ही प्रॉब्लम है, उसका अंदर एक टाइम बॉम्ब है, कब फटेगा मुझे नहीं मालूम, 30 साल के बाद भी फट सकता है. आप लोगे मुफ्त में मर्सिडीज बेंज? नहीं लोगे ना, विद बोस स्पीकर्स नहीं लोगे आप. करेक्ट. बिकॉज उसके अंदर एक टाइम बॉम्ब है जो कभी भी फट सकता है. सो वॉट वी कंक्लूडेड लास्ट टाइम वॉज दैट इट इज नॉट जस्ट वी आर लुकिंग फॉर हैप्पीनेस, वी आर लुकिंग फॉर इटर्नल हैप्पीनेस. ऑलवेज वी वॉन्ट टू बी हैप्पी. ऐसा नहीं कि वो सैलरी के साथ जनरल सेल्स टैक्स, ओके इनकम टैक्स भी आता है. वी वॉन्ट ग्रॉस सैलरी विदाउट टैक्स, राइट. इटर्नल हैप्पीनेस. So, but we see in this material world that happiness is short-lived. We concluded all this. I will not get into details. If you want, you can hear. There's a recording. Last class सुन लेना. हर एक पॉइंट पे हम लोग ने विचार विमर्श किया. We gave, sorry, माता जी English. Yes. So every point we delved into in great detail, right? So happiness is short-lived. That's what we concluded. Okay. Happiness is often intermittent. It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. And we took various examples we discussed. Happiness often comes at a price. Happiness doesn't come free of cost. The happiness of Australian citizenship and permanent residency came at the cost of we saying tata bye-bye to our parents at the airport in Delhi. Right? It has come at a price to us. They are not with us here, our parents. Right? Right? Even if they come visiting guest for 2 months, आपका हालत खराब होगा ना 8 हफ्ते के बाद when she boards the flight. Correct? You don't want to think about that moment. उनका हालत सोचो क्या होगा. Right? यही है ये दुनिया. Happiness often comes at a big price. आपने भी कीमत दिया है उस हैप्पीनेस के लिए, आपने भी दिया है कीमत. Happiness is often relative. Right? I cried because I did not have, what is that? शू का ब्रांड कौन सा है? फर्स्ट क्लास ब्रांड कोई बोलो ना. डॉल्स एंड गब्बाना. नहीं एडिडास सब ठीक है, मिडिल क्लास. वो क्यू खड़ा रहता है ना, वो चैटसन में, याद है वो पुलिस, वो क्यू. आई वाज थिंकिंग इतना बड़ा क्यू है, अंदर 4 हैंड बैग होगा. एंड वन फेलो, वन पंक हु इज ड्रेस्ड, उसको देखा मैं ऐसा ड्रेस करूँगा तो लोग पत्थर मारेंगे मेरे ऊपर. आई डोंट नो व्हाई पीपल आर क्यूइंग देयर. मेरे को आज तक समझ में नहीं आया, बट एनीवे कुछ तो है वहाँ पे. ओके, समथिंग विच इज बियॉन्ड माई इमेजिनेशन, राइट. But happiness is often relative. I buy a brand new Toyota car, I am happy till my friend Rajiv bought BMW. तब मेरा खुशी कम, right? So this is very relative in this world, right? Because of envy, jealousy, relative happiness है, right? Then when we discussed that happiness is often sought in fallible things. Fallible things means what? जहाँ से खुशी नहीं मिलती है वहाँ खुशी ढूंढते हैं. What example we took? मेरा बेटा, मेरा लाल शादी करेगा, बहू आएगी, पैर दबाएगी. My daughter-in-law will come and ask, माते, ऐसा होने वाला है क्या? कुछ नहीं होगा ऐसा, correct? We discussed that. Nothing will happen like that. Where are we going to go? Aged care. Right? So, don't seek happiness. Don't assume. अगर नहीं गए तो बहुत बढ़िया है. If children look after us, it's very good. But do not take it for granted. It may not happen in our life. Were we there with our parents? Are we there with our parents? No. Right? So, imagine. So, we cannot place our happiness or make some assumptions that I'll make my money and उसके बाद first class हो जाएगा. Because after that what will happen? By the time we finish making our money, what is going to happen? Our eyes and hands and legs will stop cooperating with us. Right? Whatever money we may have made, we may be able to afford the best sweetmeats, but we will have diabetes, so we can't eat. We will be able to afford the best haldiram farsan, but we will have high blood pressure. So salt bhi nahi band kar dega doctor, right? So till that time, you don't know what will happen, right? So this material world, and what did we discuss last week? This material world has been designed to what? Amit ji, this material world has been designed to fill in the blanks. To
provide happiness.
तो उल्टा ही बोला आपने. This material world is designed to provide happiness. Everyone agrees? No, we discussed the material world is designed to frustrate. ये डिजाइन ही किया है. और ये कौन बोल रहा है? मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. कृष्णा is saying दुखालयम अशाश्वतम. This material world has been designed to frustrate us. I remember, you remember the example I gave last time. If I drive my Honda, I have a Honda Civic turbo. Okay, because अभी टर्बो कार है यार, मजा आएगा. अभी दबा तो एक्सीलेटर, वो जो प्लेन उड़ रहा है ना, मैं भी उड़ के पहुंच जाऊंगा. अभी आई विल रीच एल्बर्ट पार्क, फ्लाई करके पहुंचूंगा. तो जोर से मैंने एक्सीलेटर दबाया, उड़ेगा मेरा गाड़ी? Will my car fly just because I press the accelerator at 120 kilometers per hour? It will not fly. Why? Because it is not designed to fly. Right? It may fly for the wrong reasons. Wheels may come off and I may fly outside and fall into the river. Right? That is a different flight. Right? But I cannot go like this and then land nicely on the runway. Right? So it is not designed. So this material world is not designed to give us eternal happiness. We will discuss what this material world is. ये दुनिया क्यों बनाया है वो हम डिस्कस करेंगे. राइट? सो डू नॉट सीक हैप्पीनेस इन थिंग्स जो धोखा दे जाए. उसमें हैप्पीनेस अपना कभी भी डोंट पुट योर बेट ऑन दैट इन दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड टू गिव यू हैप्पीनेस. Second, then we discussed happiness is always deferred to the future. Today only I was talking in a meeting with my VP back in India. We were discussing something and I was telling him that the way Aussies live and the way Indians live, right? Aussies, how do they live? Friday tak they make money and Saturday enjoy, right? Indians, what do we do? Indians or Asians, what do we do? थोड़ा सेव करते हैं, tomorrow we will enjoy. And that tomorrow never comes. Like Sidney Sheldon said, that novel was there, no? Tomorrow never comes. Sidney Sheldon novel, no? It was. Yeah. So tomorrow never comes, right? Tomorrow only diabetes and blood pressure will come. 100% it will move to me aayega. Right? So we always defer our happiness to the future. We ignore our present responsibility of human form of life and we think that just by going like this, happiness will go on increasing. But aisa nahi hone wala. Happiness is equated with fulfillment of material desires. We discussed the equation of happiness. We discussed arithmetic. Arithmetic mein there is fraction. Fraction has got a numerator and fraction has got a denominator. Happiness is equal to all my desires which have got fulfilled divided by all my desires. Happiness is equal to all my desires which have got fulfilled divided by all the desires that I have, multiplied by 100 for percentage, right? So, to increase our happiness quotient, to increase our happiness, we can increase the numerator. We can try to fulfill our desires. That is one way of increasing our happiness. Or we can also attack the denominator. We can be happy with whatever we have, right? Now, how to do that, how to balance that is also taught in Bhagavad-Gita, right? We concluded last week's class by saying happiness in this world is neither eternal, that's a nor, not an or. Happiness in this world is neither eternal nor absolute. ये दुनिया में आप हमेशा खुश नहीं रह सकते हो. The happiness of this world is not eternal and it is not absolute. When I say it's not absolute, what is it? It is relative. Our happiness is very relative to other people's happiness, right? This whole social media, why do we take a selfie? If I am happy, I am happy. उसमें selfie लेके 10 लोगों को क्यों बोलना है? मैं खुश हूँ, right? The whole concept, if you see, has stem of telling others something. We want to communicate to others something, right? So happiness, we also, when we take a photo of ourselves on some beach and send it to our best friend, we feel happiness in her feeling happy that we are happy. So that's why it's relative. अपने आप में हम खुश रह सकते हैं क्या? That is absolute happiness, right? Without depending on anyone else. बेटा मैं तो सोच रहा था तू खुश रखेगा मुझे बेटा, वो नहीं होगा वो. Because you are placing your happiness on that son. You are placing that happiness on the daughter. मुझे लगा शादी के बाद मदर इन लॉ के साथ अच्छा रिलेशनशिप होगा. This is deteriorating day by day. Mother in law, is she responsible for your happiness? No. Are you responsible for her happiness? No. Everyone is responsible for his or her own happiness. The moment we put our happiness responsibility on somebody else, we have lost the game already. Because who is in our control? Stephen Covey क्या बोलता है? Have you read Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? Anyone read that book? Nobody read? Okay, one person read. Stephen Covey, it's a compulsory reading for managers, for leadership, right? In organizations, right? So I happened to study that book when I was doing my MBA, second year. Yeah, our professor said, read this book and give presentation next day morning. Okay, so we had to give presentation, and it struck me very nicely. Stephen Covey says that for a person to be effective, you need to only worry about things which are in your sphere of influence. If you try to address things which are beyond your sphere of influence, it will not work. All right, everyone, so far. Alright, so that's what our conclusion of the last class. But there's one more conclusion that we did. First conclusion was happiness in this world is neither eternal nor absolute. But there was one more conclusion which we did where Mr. Aaron helped me last time. Right? Let's go to that conclusion. Aaron, do you remember what was the conclusion? Okay. The next topic we took was who really am I last week? Right? And what did we conclude? We are not this body. So we concluded what we are not. We are not this body. And for those of you who have come for the first time, I'll very quickly explain in 30 seconds. We can know that we are not this body very quickly by simply touching ourselves. Touch your own nose and ask, what is this? And you will say, this is my nose. This is my ear. And this is my hair. This is my finger. And this is my glasses. Okay. Now this is also mine. Mera hai. This is also mera hai. Mine. Am I my glasses? No. If I take this out, am I a different person now? No. I may look different. I may look more stupid than what I look. But still, I am still the same person now that you have to tolerate. Right? So I don't become a different person. If doctor removes my ear, I am not a different person. Similarly, we are not any part of our body. This is the first understanding we need to know. If we understand this, we have understood 70% of Bhagavad-Gita. That we are not this body. Number 2 example, we talked about the difference between a dead man and a living man. You remember? We talked about it. When a man is living, we say, Khanna ji kaise hain? But when Khanna ji leaves, what do we say? Body ko jalaya kya? We don't say Khanna ji ko jalaya kya. Correct? Which means even without reading Bhagavad-Gita, everyone knows that we are not this body. Third example, anyone remembers? Very good. Childhood photo. Look at your childhood photo when you are chunnu munnu tunnu. Chota chota. Right? Chota Aaron. Small Aaron. Baby Aaron. Now Aaron is a handsome young man. Right? That time he was a small baby. Cute little young child. Right? So the Aaron is the same. His mother doesn't say, no, that fellow who was in the cradle is my Aaron. You are not my Aaron. Will she say like that? No. But what has changed? Aaron has not changed. His body has changed. From a small child, now he's got the body of a young man. Right? So this itself is proof that we are not this body. Who are we? We are tenants of this body. Who are we? I use the word tenants. Bhade mein hai. Why we are saying tenants? Because our lease will expire. And that's why they say expired. Once I was telling, here, somebody expired. I said, what expired? That's for medicines. Normally in India we say expired. Here was he a medicine? He asked. So here you don't say expired, right? But in India we say expired, right? So, but yes, expired because the tenancy within this body has expired. Right? That is what is death. So we are the residents. We are something inside this body. Okay? And what is that called as? Everyone knows. Bachpan se suna hai na? What is it called? Soul or Atma. Right? That is what we are. Now I am going to ask you a question. Okay? Use all your intelligence and tell me. Logical sense. Can we see our Atma? Hands up. How many people say no, we can't see our Atma? What about the others? You don't care or what? I don't care to answer this question. So what? If you ask any question, should I answer or what? I don't want to answer. Is that it? Or you disagree or agree? Do something. Don't be like Indian Parliament. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji, there. Yes. Yeah, you.
We can't see.
You can't see. You believe we can't see. Yes, you are right. We can't see our soul. Why? Why is the question? Why we can't see our soul? Who can answer this? Yes?
Because our eyes are material.
No.
We always try to see outside and never try to see inside us.
That still doesn't answer the question. Why can't we see our soul? Think about it. And when I answer it, you will be very clear. Yes? You are very close to the answer. Yes.
Soul is invisible.
The soul is invisible, therefore we can't see the soul. So which means if the soul is visible, then we can see the soul. That is what logically you are saying. Okay.
Maybe different forms of soul, different forms like we call it energy and...
Oh yes, it is energy, no doubt about that. We will talk about that also. Yes.
The soul is within you.
The soul is within you, that means you are not the soul. But we said that we are the soul. No? That is also a logical flaw. Think about it. Yeah. Okay, I'll answer it. Yes. One more. Okay, two chances. Yes, the gentleman there.
Because our eyes can't see our own self, so soul can't see own self.
You are very close. You are very close to the answer. Yes. क्योंकि सोल का फॉर्म नहीं है. अगर हमारा सोल का फॉर्म होता तो हम सोल को देख सकते थे. That's what you're saying?
भगवान लाइट है कि खुद एक फॉर्म में या कैसे है, जैसे हमें भी नहीं पता कि वो सोल वो क्या आकार में है, क्या फॉर्म.
वो सोल क्या आकार में है हमें नहीं पता, which means सोल अलग है और हम अलग है. That is what your logic is then. But we have said ना, we are the soul. हम ही तो सोल हैं. वो सोल मैं हूं, मैं. तो मैं सोल को क्यों नहीं देख सकता हूं? I will tell you the simple answer. Because देखने वाला ही सोल है. The soul is the one who sees. So where is the question of we seeing the soul? We are the soul. समझ में आ गया? It's as simple as that. And I'll explain this with a simpler example. You remember that I told an example last time. Okay, let me tell that again. Suppose, let us say I want to invite someone. Okay, I want to invite you. I'll say, आप अपने पेट को मेरा घर में भेज देना. खाना खाने के लिए. आप प्लीज अपना पेट और अपना जबान को लेके आइए. How ridiculous it sounds, right? तो देन ही विल से मतलब क्या मतलब है, मतलब आप तो मुंह में ही डालोगे ना खाना और पेट ही पचेगा ना, तो पेट और मुंह को लेके आना, पेट और मुंह खाएगा. Who is the eater? Who is the eater? Do we think the tongue eats? Who is eating? Who is eating? The tongue is eating?
No.
Who is chewing? Who is chewing? The teeth are chewing. Suppose somebody comes as a guest, and I got suddenly angry and I gave a punch. Padak! And he said, "मैं नहीं मारा, हाथ में मारा." Will he accept? Will he accept? No, I didn't hit you. My hand only hit like this. Therefore, will anybody accept that answer? Nobody. He said, "No, क्या पागल सटिया गया." Friday night drinks, right? So nobody will accept. So who is the person who is thinking to hit, who is willing to hit, who is choosing to hit, and who is acting upon those choices? Who is that? Who is that? Is it the hand that is made the choice? No. That person who has made the choice is you, the soul. ये प्लीज समझ में आ जाए, ये समझ में आ गया तो और 75% हो गया भगवद गीता. Right? So, what is the answer? The soul cannot be seen because the soul is the seer. आत्मा ही है जो देख रहा है, आत्मा ही है जो अनुभव कर रहा है. The soul is the one which is the seer. The soul is the one which experiences the various objects of this world through the medium of the body. The soul is experiencing different objects of this world, including gulab jamun, laddu, everything, through the medium of this body. Who is the experiencer? Me. Who am I? The resident inside this body. I am that soul. मैं ही हूँ वो आत्मा. Right? Yes, Mataji, you have a question.
So, as per this logic, I cannot see my soul because I am the seer,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But I should be able to see her soul then.
Definitely you should be able to see her. Yes. 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 You should be able to see her soul. Yes.
But how does that work?
That is her answer. She gave that answer. Our eyes have to be tinted for us to be able to see that. Okay. Now that may sound a little bit too philosophical to you at this point in time, but gradually you will understand it. Not now. You will understand it gradually. क्या हो गया?
Does the soul have a shape?
Huh?
Any shape?
Sorry?
Does the soul have shape?
Yes, the soul has a shape. The soul has a size and the soul has a shape also. It is called as, there are various, first of all we have to understand that there is something called as the gross. Okay, since you have asked that, I'll answer it right now. Okay. What we have right now, ये जो है ना, nose, hands, etc. This is called as the gross body. Remember this. This is called as the gross body. This is called as the This is called as the
Gross body.
This is called as the
Gross body.
Gross body.
Thank you. I was just trying to get your attention. Okay. This is called as the gross body. If anyone doing on cell phone, you will get a question then. Okay. All right. No, continue. It's important to it. Yeah. I just wanted to catch you on the cell phone. Oh, you are capturing everyone. Okay, no problem. But I want you to capture what I am saying also. Don't forget that. नहीं तो दुनिया का उद्धार करोगे खाली. You have to take care of yourself also. What does Chanakya say? Chanakya, everyone has heard, no? He said first we have to save ourselves. Okay. So in the process of saving others, we should also save ourselves. Okay. First duty is to save ourselves. So we should all hear this message. So, but yeah, please continue. I know you are doing a wonderful service. No, these people work day and night, to make this program success. Thank you for that. Okay. So what was the point? Yeah. So we were talking about the body. So what we have around us right now, what is this called as, Aaron? Nah. Gross body. This is gross body. Okay. इसको हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? स्थूल शरीर ना? I'm a bit weak. Sthul means gross na? Something which you can perceive. Sthula sharir. Okay. Gross body. Now there is something called as the subtle body. Subtle body, which is also covering us. This gross body is covering us. We are not this gross body. We are the soul. But we are being covered by this gross body. It's like a suit. When astronauts go on space, what do they wear? Suit, right? It is like the suit. We are all wearing the suit of this body, right? Of course, everyone has got different suits, right? So this suit you can see. But there is a body called as subtle body, right? Which is called Shukshma Sharir. Subtle body. That you can't see. That you can't see. Just like, suppose I ask, are you intelligent?
Yes.
Show me in a glass how intelligent you are. What kind of a question is that? She says, oh yeah, इतना intelligent है तुम? मेरे को बताओ, आंख से देखूंगा मैं. Can I measure your intelligence with a thermometer or something? No way. Because I can't see it. Okay? But it is there. For example, can we see our mother's love for us? Can we see it? नहीं माँ मैं देखना चाहता हूँ तुम प्यार करती हो क्या माँ एक कंटेनर में बताओ मैं माइक्रोस्कोप डाल के वर्नियर कैलिपर से मेजर करूंगा माइक्रोमीटर डालूंगा मेजर करके बताओ Is it possible? Is it possible to measure love? So there are things which are there, but which you can't see. Which also means that whatever you see doesn't mean it does not exist. This is another paradigm we have. If something exists, I should be able to see it. There was a rat in my house few days back. Big one, right? So the rat was running here and there. And then I couldn't catch it also because, it comes out sometimes. And then by that time it's gone. I don't know where it is gone. So I asked someone, kya karna chahiye? And I tried all that, vada pav, peanut butter, one rat we caught. But someone told me that you put this, what is that called as? Bunnings mein milta hai wo. That some noise it makes. I said, no, ghar mein awaaz hoga yaar. Rat jayega na, I will go out of the house. He said, no, rat will go, you can't even hear that. Right? Now, because I can't hear that, does it mean it doesn't exist? So that is whatever we can't perceive, we can't deny the existence of that. Right? Of course, it doesn't mean that I'll say that Abraham Lincoln is here in this room. And I give this logic to all of you. You can't see it, doesn't mean, but you'll say, bahut zyada ho gaya abhi. Right? It doesn't mean that any bluff, it can be used to bluff anything to people. Saying that, aap dekh nahi rahe ho, lekin hai. Right? So therefore, that is why scriptures are there, shastras. Okay? So whatever we talk in these programs will be from the olden scriptures which come from divinity, right down. Right? So no speculation here. Right? Anyway, I digress a little bit. But I was talking about this gross body, and on top of that there is subtle body. What are the three aspects of subtle body? Mind, intelligence and false ego. MIF. MIF. Okay? Or in Hindi, Man, Buddhi and Ahankar. All of which will give you an MBA degree. Man, Buddhi and Ahankar. If you remember MBA, yaad rahega? Man, Buddhi and Ahankar. Right? This is mind, then there is intelligence, and then there is false ego. Now you cannot see false ego. You can say, my boss has got too much false ego, man. But if the HR department comes, where have you seen? Show me the boss's false ego. I only will believe if I see. Okay. Nobody can see. It is perceived, but it can't be seen. But you can experience the false ego of somebody, right? So, the scriptures have revealed that the soul is inside. Immediate covering on top of that is what? The subtle body of mind, intelligence and false ego. And on top of that, this astronomical suit that we are wearing, which is called as the gross body. What is the gross body made up of? For example, if I say what is this made up of? It is made of plastic. What is our body made up of? There are 5 elements. What are the 5 elements?
Earth, fire, air, ether and water.
बच्चा भी बोलता है देखो. Earth, air, fire, ether and water. Right? So, now this is not Bhagavad-Gita only which is saying that. Your scientists are also saying the same thing. Right? The body is made up of what percentage of water? Where is our doctor gone? He's not come, huh? Okay, today, huh?
70%.
70% is water. In fact, surprising. Let us say that India versus what is that? That World Cup is coming. They will tell Jasprit Bumrah anyway is out of the World Cup. No, now. Okay. Let's tell that other fellow. Who is the other fast bowler? Kisi ka naam bolo yaar. Shami. Let us say that Shami finally is accepted in the Indian team. Let us then we will say, Shami, pink ball nahi time, water ball se khelne wale. What will you say? Shami will say, I can't even hold water ball, man. How is it possible? Have you ever held a water ball? No. Even if you hold one, it will be a balloon inside which there will be water. But can you hold water like this? Because it will spill from everywhere. But the earth is a ball made of water. It is not spilling outside anywhere. Right? So which scientist is able to explain? They have just said gravitational pull. ठीक है यार, उतना तक बोल दिया उन्होंने. Right? So it's a water ball which is floating in space actually. Right? So when we go deeper into the scriptures, we will understand many things which we have taken for granted. And the first thing we will realize is we are fool number one. The more and more we study Bhagavad-Gita and the Vedas, what we will understand? That we don't know anything. And then we will become humble. Right? So knowledge of Bhagavad-Gita will bring humility. And without this knowledge, man will think, मेरे को सब आता है यार. I know everything. I was once doing some book distribution, outside one shop. Okay, I was standing. It was a special occasion on that day, Gita Jayanti day, where you have to give Bhagavad Gita to people. So one mama came from there, from Tamil Nadu, right? I am also from Tamilian, that's why I am saying. Don't say that. No, I don't, because I am myself Tamilian. Uncle he was wearing that vesti, Mama was wearing vesti. So I said, Namaskara Mama. I said, Bhagavad Gita, like that. I know all this. Mama, what did he tell me? He knows all that Bhagavad Gita. He didn't want to read. Then I said, very nice Mama. Which is your favorite chapter? I can't tell him, no. Have you, Mama, jhut to nahi bol rahe ho. So what did I ask him? What was your favorite chapter? He had no idea. If you read something, you will know something about it, no? Correct? I can't ask him, Mama, how many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? Because Mama will get angry. Who are you to ask me? You are like my son's age. He will go there, right? But I had to ask him, which is your favorite? That way I came to know really whether he has read. He had not read. So he didn't want to do anything with it, right? So this is called as ahankar. Thinking that I know everything. I don't need anyone to tell me anything more than this. Nothing will happen. We will die. And then what will happen is what we will tell you. Not that you will be boiled in hot oil or not. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. We are not going to use some negative bhoot, bhaya bata ke. ऐसा नहीं है. There is a science to what happens. We will come to that. So we are the spirit soul. Around us is the subtle body of mind, intelligence and false ego. Right? And on top of that is this body which is made of earth, water, fire, air and ether. When cremation happens, what happens? What happens when cremation happens? This body merges back. Earth merges with earth. The water component merges with water. Fire merges with that fire. Air, ether. Right? So then we stop existing after that. There is no existence after that. True or false? True or false? False! Because we said we are not that body. Only the body is going into earth. Only the body is being burnt. We are not being burnt. This is the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, no, sorry, Lord Krishna is not speaking only in that one sense. Okay, but the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita is just starts actually. So, first chapter Lord Krishna is just tolerating Arjuna's questions. After that he is speaking, right? So, one of the earliest lessons he says is that the soul cannot be killed. The soul cannot be killed. Right? The soul cannot be cut by knife, by scissors. The soul cannot be burnt by fire. And who is the soul? Wahi to aap ho. Wahi main hu. I am that soul. So the soul is eternal. This is the first knowledge that we have to get today. Right? Question है. ठीक है? पूछिए.
प्रभु अपने जब एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं तो वो एक्सपीरियंस इज एट द थ्री एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी और द सबल लेवल.
Sorry?
जब हम कुछ भी चीज का एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं.
Yes.
तो So that is the three aspects of.
Yes. Very good question. Whatever we experience in this material world, do we experience through these three aspects? Yes. When someone is sad, what do they say? Man ekdam ashant hai aaj. Right? When someone is confused, what do they say? Buddhi kaam nahi kar rahi hai. Right? And when someone yells at someone, suppose many times it happens, no? Have you yelled at your mother at least once in life? हुआ है ना कभी ना, मेरा तो हुआ है, right? And then I felt terrible after that. क्या कर दिया यार, मम्मी के साथ ऐसा नहीं बात करना चाहिए था. I remember once, I wanted to play cricket outside when I was a child. My mother said, you have to drink this coffee and go. So I drank that coffee like that, and then I kept that glass like that. Mother said, ये क्या है? इतना क्या है वो क्रिकेट में? You can't even drink this and go. You don't have time. So then I said, you don't know. I started yelling at her. You are always behind me, this, that. And then I felt very bad. Then I came and said sorry to her. Right? This was only a mild one. I am not going to tell you the bigger ones. Right? But sometimes we fight. And then what do we say? We repent after that. Okay. Sometimes we fight, we say something, and then what happens? We repent. With mother, we have, like Shishupal was pardoned 100 times by Krishna, 99 times. With mother, infinite times we are pardoned. Tell it to your boss once. एक बार बॉस को बोलो, तेरे जैसा आदमी देखा ही नहीं मैंने. Right? Of course, you can say आप पुरुष नहीं हो, महापुरुष हो. वही बोल रहा था मैं. You can say like that. But tell once to somebody powerful in the organization, get angry at him, and then you are finished in the office after that. Your career is gone. Right? And then you come home and say, I should have controlled my anger, my false ego. Like that. So, yes, you are right. So, we experience things in this material world, and we interact with this material world and experience the results of that through the medium of mind, intelligence and false ego.
Prabhu, experience of mind and intelligence.
Sorry?
Experience through mind and intelligence. What is the difference?
Experience through mind and intelligence. Okay. Experience through intelligence is what your logic tells you. And experience through mind is what your emotions tell you. There is always a conflict of logic and emotions. Right? That is what is the difference between intelligence and mind. Right? अभी उतना करेंगे नहीं तो बहुत टेक्निकल हो जाएगा. But right now I have answered little bit. Okay. Right now that level. We will go into depth. Don't worry. Alright? Okay. So who really am I? Now everyone is clear. Who are we? Soul. On top of the soul, what is the immediate covering? Above that, what is the covering? What is the gross body made up of? Yeah. Earth, water, fire, air and ether. Okay? Everyone is PhD now in this part. Right? Second chapter का थोड़ा बहुत ज्ञान आ गया आपको. ठीक है? Okay. Now, when does the soul die?
Never.
Because the soul is energy. It is not, it is spirit. It is not matter. There is a difference between spirit and there is a difference between matter. ये क्या है? Matter. What is mind, intelligence and false ego? How many people say it is spirit and how many people say it's matter? It's matter. Mind, intelligence and false ego is also matter. Mind, intelligence and false ego is also matter. It is not spirit. Right? But mind, intelligence and false ego is invisible matter. Right? It is invisible matter. That is why it's called as subtle matter. It's not gross. Gross means you can see it. Subtle means you can only experience that. Right? But both are matter. But the soul is what? Spirit. So we are spirit, soul. That's the conclusion. So who really am I? I am spirit, soul. So if I have to understand the science of spirit, can I use metallurgy? Can I use material science to understand the science of spirit? Because the spirit is not matter. So then I have to understand who am I only through spiritual science or spiritual wisdom. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. Now let's extricate ourselves from these complexities. Okay? And let's indulge in some simplistic discussion. थोड़ा simple करते हैं, थोड़ा technical हो गया ना, ज़्यादा हो गया होगा थोड़ा बुद्धि के लिए, अभी थोड़ा easy वाला topic we will take, right? That is the third bullet point. Let's talk on that. Okay, who can read that? You want to read the third bullet point?
What is the probability of human form of life?
What is the probability of human form of life? All of you have done probability in mathematics? Okay, I'm going to ask questions to people who are sitting behind. Okay, mathematics. Okay. No, I was joking. Probability, okay, let's take simple question. What is the probability of getting 1 on a dice of 6? 1 out of 6. Very good. You are a true VC student. Yeah. Okay, 1 out of 6. What is the possibility of getting an probability of getting an even number when you throw a dice?
1.5.
Half. Because 2, 4 and 6 are even numbers. And how many outcomes are there total? 6 outcomes. So 2 upon, right? So 3 upon 6 is 1 upon 2. So 50% probability, right? Now using that logic, you tell me what is the probability that you will get a human body in the next lifetime? Abhi ye bolo. Huh? Million is the probability?
More than millions, I'm saying.
Probability itna zyada hai.
1 by 84 lakh.
Million is numerator or denominator? नहीं, हम आपको मैथ में परेशान नहीं करेंगे.
1 by 84 lakh.
हाँ?
84 lakh. 1 by 84 lakh.
Okay. So very good. You have read some Bhagavad-Gita. Okay. That's why you are saying this. But it is not 1 upon. It's not. It's okay. 84 lakhs means 8.4 million in this country. Right? So he said a very interesting answer. 1 upon 8.4. Now why did he say that? Because Amit ji knows that there are 8.4 million species. So I did not ask about question on species. Our question is what is the probability of human form of life. So in each species you will have some number. Correct? Coincidentally, last week I was reading the Age newspaper. किसी को तो काम नहीं था लगता है. Somebody did not have work. Maybe nowadays redundancy is going on, no? So he was researching on the number of ants in this world. Right? And you know what was the number the scientists have given and the logicians? There are 3 trillion billion ants. 3, count करने में, I was saying 1, 10, 100,000, then after that, gone after some time, right? So it was something like 3 trillion billion ants in this world. Cheety, ant, right? Now that is one species having that many numbers, right? Another species, let us take mosquitoes, right? It happens only in India, right? So mosquitoes, how many are there? Add another, I don't know how many trillion you want to add. I have no idea. Then cockroach is 1. Then lizard is 1. Butterfly, right? And those small insects, in the evening you see in Australia also, no? White, no? If you can actually add all that, how much is that? In arithmetic, what is that? Infinite. And the numerator is the human population. What is the human population? 7 billion. But okay, 16 billion. Double we will take. It is 7 actually, 7 billion. But even if you take 16 billion. What is 16 billion divided by infinity? So limit of x tends to 0. Right? The probability of a human form of life in the next lifetime is what? Sad news. And we take it for granted that we will live life whichever way we want, we will always be born as a human being in the next lifetime. किसने बोला भाई? किसने बोला? Boss ने बोला office में. Who told? Nobody told. Did the hospital when you were born give a warranty card? Next lifetime, human form of life. No! It's very, very rare, this human form of life. Right? Now, why did we discuss this? Why did we discuss this? The rarity of human form of life. Now, I will say the first shloka, which you can remember. If you can by heart it, it's very nice. But at least you can remember it. Ahara nidra bhaya maitunamscha samanyametat pashubir naranam dharmo hitesho adiko vishesho dharme nahina pashubhir samana. Which means what? Ahar. What is ahar? Eating. Ahar nidra. Nidra is what some of you will be doing now in this class. Like that. Right? When class is going on, some eyes will go. Like that. This is Bhagavad-Gita classic symptom. First class sleep. Right? Ahara nidra bhaya. Bhaya means what? Fear. And what do we do? What is our response to fear? To defend. Defend. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam. Maithunam means union. Union between male and female. Maithunam. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunamscha samanyametat pashubhir naranam. If this human form of life, please listen carefully. This is the key message of today's class. If this human form of life is only wasted or invested, whatever way you want to call, in eating, sleeping, mating and defending, then what does the scripture say? Ahara nidra bhaya maitunam cha samanyametat pashubhir naranam. Then we are similar to pashu. Pashu means what? Animals. Then we are no different to an animal. Right? If you see National Geographic or Lonely Planet, every week the animal will change or the bird will change, but the theme will not change. What is the theme, underlying theme of National Geographic? Hey, we are talking about the penguins in Antarctica. Okay, that will be the new topic. Are penguins there? Okay, fine, very good. What will they talk about? How do the penguins eat? How do they find their food? That is what they will talk about. Next, they will talk about how will the penguins defend themselves against attacks from the vultures. Right? They'll go back into their burrows. Right? Ahara, eating and defending. Right? Then how do the penguins sleep? They make a small holes, they'll go inside, and they'll sleep inside. Right? And then how do the penguins increase their population? Right? Next week, another theme of National Geographic, the fox in Africa, for example. Again, same thing. How does the fox eat? How does the fox defend? So therefore, ahara nidra bhaya maitunamscha samanya metat pashubir naranam. If we waste this human form of life only making plans of how I am going to eat better and better, how I am going to sleep nice by painting by Dulux, what is that? Distemper, wall distemper. Bathroom में bedroom में wallpaper लगाएंगे हम लोग, pink color लगाएंगे, or thinking about where to buy that snooze or what is that, 40 wings का bed लेंगे, This is all about making plans to sleep. Half the time we don't buy bed to sleep. वो bed का खर्चा ही इतना रहता है, नींद ही उड़ जाता है आदमी का उसके ऊपर. It is so expensive, right? Right? So we waste our whole life chasing all these things, right? And ahara, nidra, bhaya. We invest lot of time in defending. How do we defend ourselves? Of course, no vulture is going to, normally no vulture will come and pick us up. But what is our defending? Yes. Installing cameras going for work, right? If you have money, problem. If you don't have money, problem. Right? Bhoge roga bhayam. We will talk about that in future. Kule chuti bhayam. People who have wealth are always afraid of losing that wealth. People who have health are always afraid of losing their health. People who have beauty are always afraid of losing their beauty. You remember we discussed Rajesh Khanna's song last week we sang. याद नहीं है किसी को? किसी को याद है? All of who? Which song? अरे वाह! गोरे रंग पे न इतना गुमान कर, गोरा रंग 2 दिन में ढल जाएगा. We sang that. There was a reason behind it. Even if you don't remember Bhagavad-Gita, at least remember the songs. At least you'll remember what we discussed that way, right? So therefore, all this will go. The whole cosmetic industry is thriving on this fear. The whole cosmetic industry. Okay, some of you have lost my attention now. The whole cosmetic industry is thriving on this fear that I will look old. Therefore, wrinkle-free creams. यही चल रहा है. And then to be able to afford those products, we will earn money, right? And defending the most highest thing that we defend, you know what? More than even our body. What do we defend most of the time? More than our gross body, we defend our ego, false ego. Most of the time goes in defending our false ego. And what is an example of that? We try to show that we are something superior to others. We try to show that we are very successful, right? We try to wear branded things, saying that I'm successful. That's what we are trying to say. वो कपड़ा वही है, right? You buy that. What is that? What is that? United Colors of Benetton. या S Kumar के shooting shirting. You know, you wear anything, कपड़ा वही है, right? But because you have a name, a brand on top of that, what are we trying to tell others? I am upper middle class. That's what entitled. When you change your car is meant for what? Traveling from one place to another. Any car will take you, as long as it is roadworthy, right? Why I want only that car, right? Because it's about prestige in society. Khanna ji khush ho jayenge, right? So we live our whole lives. Listen to this. We live our whole lives trying to impress people who we don't like. We live our whole life trying to impress people who we don't like. This is the beauty of this life. It's the irony of this life. Because those who like, we don't need to impress them. They love us. So, किसको impress कर रहे हैं? Who don't like us. Especially if that fellow is jealous, impress him more. और दबाओ accelerator. Turbo गाड़ी लिया. Outside his house, bike बताओ उसको. Right? We try to impress. Right? So the whole world is rolling. How are we going on time? Somebody has to be timekeeper. 10 to 9, huh? We are coming close to the end. Okay? So this is the problem, right? We waste our entire life only in eating, sleeping, mating and defending, never inquiring about the purpose of life. We don't inquire. We don't have time to study Bhagavad-Gita. We don't have time for all these things. And then what will happen? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful verse, one of my favorite verses. It says, Ayur harati vai pumsam udyan ashtam chayan asau. Tasyarte yat shadonita uttama shloka vartaya. Which means what? With every rising and setting of the sun, remember, with every rising and setting of the sun, we are one step closer to death. Every day, we are one step closer to death. No scientist will tell. No illogical statement. Scientifically, who will say? Scientist bhi udhar hi hai. वो भी जा रहा है खड्डे में, right? So remember this. Therefore, we have to start thinking, why have I got this human form of life? Have you ever seen the wolf is telling the dog, चलो यार, let us all meet in the jungle and discuss the purpose of life. कभी सुना है आपने? One bird is yelling, which means what? Purpose of life. Next week discuss करते हैं. 7 o'clock. Altona Meadows. Have you ever seen this? No, you can't, because this prerogative is only available to human form. You can only do this now or never. When I heard this, that time I started seriously. मैं बोला ये बहुत हो गया यार. Because that fellow asked me, in this lifetime, तू maximum क्या कर लेगा? मैं बोला BMW लूँगा. उससे ज़्यादा मेरा सोच भी नहीं जाता है. I can't think Rolls Royce, please. Okay? तो मैं बोला BMW लूँगा. Okay? BMW I don't have. I have normal car only, but still I'm saying BMW. Then क्या करेगा? Then बोला, my wife will go to beauty parlor and first class she will dress. I will also dress first class, gentleman and lady. No, दोनों बाहर आएंगे स्टाइल में, BMW में बैठेंगे. Okay. चिल्ड्रन तो सुनने वाला नहीं है. डैड मॉम वेर आर यू गोइंग? बेटा कम नो, वी आर गोइंग. आई डोंट वांट टू कम, आई हैव गॉट अनदर प्रोग्राम, डोंट डिस्टर्ब मी. वो तो रहेगा नहीं पीछे. करेक्ट. 2 सीटर ही काफ़ी है हस्बैंड वाइफ के लिए. बेटा तो आएगा नहीं. तो पीछे कौन बैठता है? लावारिस देखा है अमिताभ बच्चन का? कौन बैठता है पीछे? कुत्ता. आप ये कुत्तों के लिए अलग टेबल क्यों नहीं बनाते हो? कुत्ता टेबल. यू रिमेंबर अमिताभ बच्चन डायलॉग इन लावारिस? सो पीछे कुत्ता बैठेगा. And that kutta is a prestige symbol. So when you are going driving in that BMW and the dog is standing outside, wow, successful people. बड़े लोग हैं, ऊंचे खानदान के हैं. Right? So this is how generally it happens. Now in the next lifetime, we could be that. देखो. That's what he did. Okay, this lifetime you are a gentleman and the wife is gentle lady. Tommy, छू. Tommy जाके उठा के लेके आएगा बॉल. Next lifetime we are Tommy. Is it possible? You tell me. Which scientist will prove it to you that नहीं ऐसा नहीं होगा आपके साथ? कोई science है? Has anyone in Harvard told you that? It can happen. And this is what is Bhagavad-Gita telling us. Do not waste your human life without understanding the goal of this human life. Conclusion of our class. The goal of this life, the goal of existence is to have spiritual realization. This is why we have got human life. I understand, I have not told you what is spiritual realization. मैं एक बड़ा sentence मार के चला गया. Correct? We will explain to you what is spiritual realization. But you have already crossed 50% of spiritual realization. You have already understood in today's class 50% spiritual realization. What is that 50% you understood? That you are spirit. पहला वो तो समझ में आना चाहिए that I am spirit. Then only spiritual realization will come. Right? You know where the word spiritual has come from? Spiritual has got 2 words put together. 2 words को जोड़ा गया है. Spirit plus ritual. Spirit plus ritual, the Gora men have told us spiritual. Why? Because there is ritual. काय नवाचा मना चाहिए बुद्ध नारायण है समझ पाया मैं करते हैं हम लोग उधर. करेक्ट. I used to do that also blindly. कुछ पता नहीं है. Okay. My mother used to say books लेके आना. And I used to hate that metallurgy book and that theory of machines. And I was very scared I will fail. वो सब books लेके रखता था उधर. कभी दशहरा पूजा. And then I used to do that. What is that? आरती उतारो. If you do आरती to book, will you pass the exam? Tell me logic now. Has anyone passed the exam by doing आरती to the book? What do you have to do? You have to just open the book and read what is inside. Correct, no? So that is called as ritual. Blindly doing something without understanding anything, right? And what happened? Because we do that, we can't answer any question of our children. Utterly incapable of answering. I had one of my cousins, his name was Janaki Raman. South Indian, no? Tamilian. Janaki Raman. He established the first computer institute in Hyderabad. He was a computer genius. Today he's in America. He's a very big man today. Okay. So this fellow, मेरा मामा का लड़का है. My mama, he went into the final interview of IAS. He was a brilliant person. Final interview, IAS interview, right? And he spoke anti-government. He was rejected, right? But he went on to become big man. But what happened was, this mama of mine, though he was brilliant, to this Janaki Raman, his son, when Janaki Raman used to tell him all this, doing aarti to metallurgy book and whatever this book, he asked father questions. And you know what the father said? बड़ों से ऐसा सवाल करते हैं, you are asking me, you don't know what is your age. One slap. Now when you respond to a question with a slap or chastisement saying, I am elderly, you should obey me and listen to me, who is going to listen to us? Children will always think they are intelligent. They will ask questions. We have to be able to answer them. Otherwise, we are no good. Right? Why we can't answer them? Because खुद ही पढ़ा नहीं है कभी. We don't have time to open the Bhagavad-Gita. We don't have time. But not all of you. You all have taken the time. You have done the best decision of your life coming to this program. You will not realize it now. Trust me, मैं माँ कसम बोलता हूँ. My mother is gone, but still. You will not realize what decision you have taken till after 1 year you will say that this has changed my life. You will come back and tell. It is a promise. It's a promise. Not even one year. People say it in 2 months also. Right? People may say in 1 month also. Right? But I am still safely saying 1 year. Right? You don't know, because right now we have only started the first program, first class. There is so much more that you will realize in your life. Right? So therefore, the probability of human form of life, Manushya Janm, is durlabh. So do not waste, do not think that this human form of life is just to make money, okay? Just to show off our wealth to others, increase our prestige in society and walk like lady and gentleman. Death is coming. And this death, one day I was doing this program, one lady, she started arguing, okay? She was a smart aleck, okay? Smart aleck argument. I am not afraid of that. मैं तो मौत से नहीं डरती हूँ. She said. I said, ठीक है, okay. You are not afraid of death, okay. Whether you are afraid or not, death will come, no? Let it come, she says. Then I really wanted to communicate with her, okay. So I said, okay, are you not afraid of death? She said, I am not afraid. She had a daughter. I said, what about your daughter's death? She was weeping for 2 hours in that class. Of course, I felt sorry that I never use that example again. But I had to make her realize that maybe you may not go first, bhai. किसी ने लिखा है, किसी ने बोला है हम पहले जाएंगे. Is it the only the what is people say spirituality you should take in old age. Who has seen old age, bhai? In coronavirus, so many young people. I lost my cousin who was 25, right? 25, not 25, 30, right? He was very difference in age, but still 30 is not an age to go, right? First class he was, 2 days gone. 2 days back he was first class. In 2 days he's gone. Shock, absolute shocking. So this is the nature of this material world. Please understand, we have to take it seriously. We have not come here to do time pass. We have studied this and we want to share this with whole of humanity. That is our mission. That's why we have come. So we will please give us this opportunity to share with you this wisdom of Bhagavad-Gita, which you have given now today. Thank you. But please keep coming. Is it 9 o'clock?
Yes.
Sharp 9?
Sharp.
Stop. Okay? Any questions? For 5 minutes, any questions? And then we will break for Prashadam. Any questions or thoughts about today's class? Sorry if it was a bit too serious.
Why do you think there's such a human need for validation? Like you said, that people are always trying to...
Okay, 1 minute. Your question is important. We want everyone to hear it. Alright. So you will have to maintain silence. Please. The class, question and answer, we need your cooperation. No, you can stand up if you want. But just ensure you maintain silence so that everyone can hear your question. Yeah.
So I was asking, why is external validation from others so important? Like I cannot deny that it's not important for me.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It is for everyone. We are always trying to impress others.
Yes.
But why so? Like why even after being aware, I cannot stop it? Like still you need some form of validation, either from your partner, your parents. Like there's always something to do. But why is that so?
Very good question. Everyone heard the question? Hare Krishna. She is asking, why is there a need for validation? Okay. Hare Krishna. Class is not over. Just 5 minutes, question and answer. Please. Please help to maintain silence. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. So why is there a need for validation? Okay. If the children need attention, please take them to where you can attend to them nicely. Okay. So why is there need for validation? Why do we need validation from everyone? And in fact, someone said last class also. Were you the one? Yes, you said that. Yes, I remember that. We need validation from others because we have not attained the status of the state of being Atmaram. Atmaram means happy within oneself. We have not reached that state. If you ask me, have I reached that state? No. But because of studying Bhagavad-Gita, it's quite better. Like if I had jaundice, -10, where my health was, now I can say our health probably will be 2 or whatever. Right? So, we are progressing there. But we have not learnt the art of being happy within ourselves. And you know, art and science, it is a science. There is a process which you will undergo now in these classes. If you do that process properly, you will get there. You will get there. You will get to a situation where you will stop living for others, and you will this inner strength that you will you will derive to take the onslaughts of this material world will increase. You will see that. And your desire to impress others or your artificial dealings with others will go down. It will go down. You will not feel a compelling necessity to do that at all, because you would have got some higher taste in your life. But that higher taste will come only if you practice spirituality. For example, someone says, suppose you say, I want to go to Sydney. Okay. Then I give you a map to go to Sydney. Let us say in this class, you don't know how to go to Sydney. And I give you a map. This is the map to go to Sydney. Now, if you take that map and you hug that map and you say, oh, my dear map, I know every single route, having studied you how to go to Sydney. Will you go to Sydney? So, knowledge of spirituality will not just take you to Sydney. It is the practice of spirituality that will take you to Sydney. Does it make sense? So, but for practicing, you will need knowledge first. That is what we are doing here. In these classes, we will give you knowledge, plus we will also tell you how to practice. But who has to practice? You have to practice. And that is a choice you will make in this life. That is the only choice that you will make in this life. To practice or not to practice. वो आपसे कोई भी नहीं छीन सकता है. In this class, we will not compel you, force you to do anything. But if you want to progress, if you practice, you will come back and say, thank you very much. This is what I was looking for throughout my life. That will happen. It's a promise. It's a promise. Okay. Over. Question and answer time over. Can I take? I can take questions. Oh yeah. Please give prasadam. Okay. Yes. Kalash. Nobody can hear you. You have to speak into the mic.
With the concept of karma, like our materialistic body is gone after death, obviously, but our soul lives on, and so does karma.
Not our soul, the soul. Me, I will live on. Our means mera ho gaya na. There is nothing called as our soul. We are the soul. Yeah.
So the soul lives on, and
Yes.
so does the karma that the body lives.
Yes.
And the soul lives. So.
The body doesn't do any karma. Do you understand? Did you hear her question? Even if you have not heard, it's okay. She asked, the body does karma. Does the body do any karma? Suppose I punch someone, can I say my hand punched? No. Who did the karma? I did. Yeah, the soul. Yes. Go ahead.
I've heard this somewhere. Like our karma decides what we come, like reincarnate.
Yes. So she says our karma decides where we are born, how we are born, right? Everything our karma decides. The answer is yes. Yes. But why? Okay. Why is there a law that if I kill someone I am in jail?
Because you made that mistake.
Yes. But why there should be such laws at all? Otherwise there will be anarchy in society, correct? That is why the law of karma is there, so that there is accountability of whatever decisions we take and whatever actions we do thereof. That is why the laws are there. But your answer we will answer in great detail, because we will be doing 3 or 4 sessions on karma itself. 3-4 sessions we will do. Okay, full detail on karma, right? And how karma affects you, and how you can control your karma, and how you can undo your karma also if you have done something past. It is possible to press the undo button. Yes? So we will discuss all those things in the ensuing classes. Anything else? Everyone is tired? Anything else? Any other questions? Comments? Pooja Mataji. कोई सवाल? Mic लीजिए. You want water? Hey, Haribol.
Do other species also have souls?
Can you give him water here? Guru Prabhu, கொஞ்சம் water கொடுங்க மாதாஜி.
Do other species also have souls?
Yes. Do other species also have souls? Wherever there is life, there is presence of soul. Wherever there is no life, that is called as dead body. So, butterfly has a soul? Yes. Does bacteria have a soul? Yes. Soul is there. Yes? Sorry? Yes, plants also have life. Wherever there is life, there is presence of a soul. It takes karma to get the body of a tree also. Right? Okay. Pooja ji, did I answer or no?
Yes,
Did? Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Can you pass the mic there?
Just for kidding, because we have a lot of animal examples.
Yes, we have a lot of animal examples. 1 minute, we want everyone to hear that.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
A few days ago, Prabhuji, in India, after 70 years, we got cheetah.
We got cheetah, yes.
Cheetah in India. And
Yes.
so all channels and all news, they run and they just behind how they do, how they live. So we don't remember here cheetah. So I thought just remind you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? I'm sitting here if you want to ask anything. You can otherwise enjoy your meal. Don't feel pressurized to ask anything.
When person is having anxiety or depression, all kind of emotions, sadness, happiness, is it soul or body?
When a person is having depression, the question is, when a person is having depression, is it the soul which is depressed or which is the body which is depressed? The body does not have any emotions because the body is always dead only. What is the body? It's like saying if an earthquake comes, does it pain the building? Does it pain the building? Because building has got no life. Right? Who does it pain? The inmates who have got emotions, who have got life. So you are the one. So when I say you means the soul, I'm saying. Right? The soul is the experiencer of all emotions, whether it is happiness or depression. The soul undergoes that.
Soul related to karma.
Oh yes, it is all related to karma. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. How it is related, there is a big science. We will study that. There's a big science. After that, whatever you see in this world, you will not be surprised. Everything will be very clear in your eyes. Do you have a question, Mataji? No? Oh yes, yes, yes. Yeah, after the prasada? Or do you want to do it now?
Whenever you free.
Yeah, I'm okay now. But why don't you finish? Because because you had you have to wipe your hands. All right, thank you very much. If there are no more questions, yes, you have a question? Oh, me? Yeah, I'm going to eat. Yeah. Thank you very much for being patient and for your time. Really value your time. Thank you for coming all the way. So we'll meet again next session and we'll continue this topic.